Good. Good morning, students. How are you? Today is another day. We are having another maths lesson. And today's lesson is going to be on sequence. Our lesson objective is going to be extend sequences using a rule. So we are going to extend these sequences using a rule. So let's look at our next. Our next is going to be whole number sequences. Look at these numbers. I have 1, 3, 5, 7. I don't know this one, and this one. When you're dealing with sequences, these are the questions you need to ask yourself. You need to ask yourself, are they getting bigger or smaller? Are the numbers getting bigger or smaller? If you check 1, 3, 5, 7, are they getting bigger or smaller? Is the gap between each number the same? And how big is the gap? If you realize there's a gap, how big is the gap? And then the next thing, now write the 3 missing numbers on your whiteboard or on your slides. So let's look at the small little things here. Finding the term by term rule. This means the first things you need to know is each number in a sequence is called a term. For example, 1 is a term, 3 is a term, 5 is a term. What you need to add to or subtract from a term in a sequence to make the next term is called the rule. So like 1 is a term, 3 is a term. But what bridges the gap between 1 and 3 is what you call the rule. So we are going to look at how do we find the rule. For example, we are going to check 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And we see what is missing, what is in the gap, and what is our term rule. So let's have a look. So let's look at this example. I have in my sequence, I have 1, 3, 5. Which name did we give number 1, 3, and 5? We said 1 is a term. A term. And then we need to know the questions that we need to ask ourselves. What is in between 1 and 3 is a gap. And that gap is what you're going to look at to find the rule. So we need to check also, is the rule the same? Is it the same? What I need to add to 1 to reach 3, is it the same with what I'm going to add to 3 to reach 5? If they're the same, now that's what is going to form our rule. For example, how do I reach 3? I can reach 3 in different ways. I can take 3 minus 1 equals 2. Can I confirm that 3 to reach 5 will be 5 minus 3 equals 2. So that makes me have the same number. So plus 2, so I'll say 1 plus 2 equals 3. 3 plus 2 equals 5. And then here also, for me to find the next term here, I'm going to add 2. So my next number here is going to be 7. Then 7 plus 2 is going to be 9. You see? So I can conclude that the rule for this sequence is going to be plus 2. Every term you add 2 to get the next number in the sequence. What do you think is the next number in the sequence? By using the term rule as plus 2. By using the term rule as plus 2, we'll find that the next number in the sequence, 9 plus 2, is going to be 11. And that one forms our we are extending this sequence. Good, we are back again. I have another example. Starts with 15, 12, 9. From our reminder, we remind ourselves that 15, 12, and 9, these ones are what we call the term. And then our next question is, are there gaps? And if in those gaps, how much are the gaps? So we want to find the term rule. So in the term rule, you're going to take this number, subtract this number. You want to find if the term rule is the same in all the numbers. So I'll take 15 minus 12. I'll get 3. Is it the same with 12 and 9? Let's try out. 12 minus 9 equal 3. So I can confirm the term rule here is minus 3. So I'll do minus 3 will take me to 12, minus 3 will take me to 9. So it means if I want to find the next term rule, I'm going to do 9 minus 3. So that my next number in the sequence is going to be 6. Why don't you try and find the next term rule from 6? The best you can do is minus 3 so that you get 3. And then you can extend the sequence until you reach even negative numbers. So one thing we've learned from here is the numbers in the sequence are called terms, and to fill the gaps, to fill the gaps and to find the same number that fill the gaps, it's called the term rule. It's either you add or you subtract.